Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to show you how to make an interactive map with selectable regions, typically used in map games such as Hearts of Iron or Victoria 2, amongst others. My weapon of choice for this task will be the Godot 4 game engine, but I think this method is more or less applicable to other game engines as well. To give this method some extra validity, I am actually using it myself on the project that I'm working on. So if you don't know, I am currently working on making a grand strategy game, as you can see here. And I do myself use the same map select um, technique that I'm going to show you right now. So if you think this project looks exciting, then please follow along my devlogs that I have on my channel. Links are in the description. I would really appreciate if all of you were to join me on my journey. So, that being said, enough self promotion. Let's get started on this tutorial. The theory behind this technique where you're creating maps is first to use a image file, like you can see on my screen right here. This file have marked each unique region with its own unique color. So even if it looks like a lot of the same colors are being repeated, they're actually unique, all of them. So each one of these have their unique color code. And then we also have a text file like this, and that gives some additional information about the region. So in addition to this color code, you can see here, there are also information about the proper region name and also some additional information should you so wish. These two files are actually from Europa Universalis, so they are not mine. The ones I use for my game is way less complicated than these ones, but it kind of just shows what's within the realm of possibility. And this is even a 10-year-old game. So in order to properly start this tutorial, we need to make these two files or two similar ones. So I have made a map here. So we need first just make a normal text file. Let's call it regions.txt. And we need to also create an image. To create this image, I'm going to use Krita, which is an excellent open source software. So it fits like hand in a glove together with Godot. But you are of course free to use any graphical software as you want. So let's create a new image. I'm going to create it fairly small just to keep this project, this tutorial as fast as possible. But this method is actually quite efficient, so you could have rather large pictures and it would work. But of course it takes more time when creating the project itself. So let's create this image. There is one thing that is really important when choosing graphical software to make the map, and that is that you use pixel perfect brushes. Number one, and also that we have the ability to get the actual color code. So those are the two absolute requirements. So if you have brushes that have gradients, like for example like this, where the edges are different colored in the middle, we will get some very weird result in the end. So make sure that you use a brush that is pixel perfect. Yes, perfect. I am going to create a map of Scandinavia or the North, which I think suits me really fine since I am Norwegian and all. So I found just a background like a badly pixelated picture that I'm going to base my drawing on. So let's create another layer put on top of that. And then let's create a unique color. We can start off with Norway. So just take anything. So now I have this lime green color. Amp up the pixel size a bit. So of course you can be as neat here as you want, and probably should. It's not that much detail you can get carried over from this map, so you should get it as nice as possible. All right, so I have some fjords and okay, no, beautiful Norway. Okay, now that we have placed Norway, it's really important that we copy this code. This is the color code of Norway. So we open the text file that we made right before opening the opening Krita. So we are starting by making a dictionary. So just have the opening and closing curly brackets for the dictionary. And the dictionary key I like to have as the color code. So we have that, and the value of this corresponding key will be Norway. No exclamation mark. Okay, and let's do that for the rest of the countries as well. Now our region map of Northern Europe is finished. So now all the different countries have their own unique color code, as noted down in the text file. Let's find it here. Yeah. So as you can see, it is a dictionary, and the dictionary key is the color code that I got from Krita, and the corresponding dictionary value is the country name. So now that we have this file and this image ready, we have everything we need to start the project itself. Then we are creating a new Godot project. Just call it tutorial map, for example. Doesn't really matter. And just keep everything as is. Perfect. The first thing, I'm going to create a couple new folders just to keep things organized. So we have one that we call for map data. Create the second one called for scenes. And in the scene one, we create a new scene. We call it main. And it's a 2D scene. Okay. And in the map data, we put in the resources that we made earlier. So the region map.png and the regions.txt. Right, so. Okay, back to the scene. We just start out by creating a script. And then let's create a sprite to the node. Perfect. And we are going to attach the region map.png on the sprite. And now you can actually see it here in the 2D space. And we are going to turn off the offset, like so. We are now currently inside the script that we have attached to our main node. So the first thing we are going to do is to create a variable for our region map. So I'm going to create an onReady variable, which just means that the variable will be made ready before any of the other functions. So um, image, let's have a reference to it. Let's see. Not even to that. Let's take directly to the node like that. So now we have a variable that is pointing at our sprite. And I also need a function for importing our text file. So I've written this one beforehand. And it looks like this. So basically what it does is just that it opens the text file and it parses it and it returns a dictionary. Unless something goes wrong, then it will give us an error message. And now we're going to have a function called, make a function called load regions. Load regions. This. And first we're going to need the image file itself. Just going to make a variable called image. And this one is we are going to use the map image variable. And we are going to take the texture. And then we're going to get the image from that texture. So, the second thing we need to do is to get a dictionary with all the pixel colors. So let's make a variable for that as well. For pixel color dict. And now we need to create a function for this as well. Let's name it get pixel color. And we are going to parse the image that we got from above. So now we need to make a new function. And we need a dictionary. We can just call it pixel color dict to keep the naming the same style. The curly brackets to show that we are going to have a dictionary. So what this function will do is to loop through the whole image, every pixel in the image. And it also needs to loop through all the x values. So that way it will go through everything both horizontally and vertically. So basically, as I said, loop through all the pixels in the image. Let's use the import file function that we imported earlier and just get the path for this file. Like so. And inside the ready function, let's put the load region function. So I'm just going to take a test run just to see that everything works as it should. So yeah, no crashes, no nasty bugs. We are off to a good start. The next point is to create a new scene. And we are going to use on a more object-oriented approach where we will use a scene for each region. So let's use another node for this. The area 2D node. It's a really interesting node that it has hit detection, so it can send a signal when you are clicking it or your mouse is hovering over it. Region area. Okay, and let's also open this and attach a script to this one as well. This node will also hold the information about the region. So get a variable. Region name. So we don't have anything yet, so we can just write something to make sure that it knows it's a string. Yes, let's go back to our main function and continue on. And continue on our load region function here. So we will now expand it by looping through our dictionary of region colors. Next, I'm going to make another node to keep all the regions, because each region will spawn its own. So it's I think it's nice just to keep them contained, so to speak. So you can just that and give it a new name, regions, like so. So after we have instantiated this scene, we need to add it. So let's fetch the region node. So let's have a test and see how it looks. Okay, my mistake. It was just regions like that. So if you now go to remote and regions, see that we have the regions down here. And they have the variable name. So the first one is Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Lithuania, Estonia, yeah, so on. So it seems to work as it should. Perfect. I think also I'm going to change this node naming here. So let's do that next. Region, set name, put the name as the region color, as we know that is a unique name. Okay, we need something more. We also need to have the actual area of the of the regions. So we need to make a polygon. So we're going to create a new function. Now we'll get the polygons, which is it's really just the outline that we're getting now. So we are getting the outline of the bitmap. So we get all the points around to kind of explain what we now are getting are like the points around here. Okay, let's run the function, putting it inside our region color for loop. So the variables are named the same as input, so just copy and paste there. So let's actually make some polygons. So our polygons equals get polygons. Okay, and we make another for loop inside here. For polygon in polygons. To get hit detection in our area 2D node, we do need to have a collision polygon as a child. So the first order of business will be to create a collision polygon. Polygon 2D, like so. And then we're going to have the polygon itself, which we can color and give a physical form. And then we need to assign them the actual points. So which is called polygon, and which is the same as our looping variable. So it's going to be like so. And then lastly, we just need to add these nodes as childs of the region. Adding the collision and adding the polygon. So let's go back to our region area scene and do the changes here. So we're going to do it with the signals. So first have a child entered on child entered 3. Yeah. So every time that we add a child, like we do when we add the collision or the polygon itself, this signal is going to be called. So, and just to make sure that it's not called on the wrong node, we put in an if test. Then let's give it a base color. So just like a transparent white, I think is okay, like grayish, like so. And we will also want some functionality on mouse entered, I think, and mouse exit. So enter is fine. So we can actually just print region name just to Um, print region name. We can also have input event to register some, like if you actually click on it with the mouse. So we can take if event is input event mouse button. So if you left click it, so now if you actually click that area, we want to print what's our original name actually? So if you do like, yeah. Okay, I think it was a mistake because of the capital letter. Let's try again. Yes, it is. Perfect. So, now see Sweden clicked, Norway clicked. So, now the functionality is there. Let's create some color variations when we are hovering over. So, on mouse entered, let's modulate. So, let's make it like a solid white, I think. Okay. Yeah. Have to do like this. Um, okay. So for node in get children, and we have to like make a similar one for on mouse exited as well, so it doesn't get stuck with this modulation. On mouse exited. So just yeah, okay. Just we just use the color for all of them, I think. So normally they're half. They get fully when entered, and half when left again. So yeah, there we have it. All right. So that's all for now. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and hopefully learned a thing or two. If so, then like and subscribe. There will be more on the way. Thank you all. Bye.